Got it recording.
Okay. I'd like to call the February meeting of the BAS to order. Let me share out the presentation. Sorry, everybody. Here we go. Okay, can everybody see the presentation?
Yep, I think your video is frozen, but yeah, I see your presentation.
Yeah, who knows about the video? Let me see if I can. I don't need the video. 1 second. Let me stop the video, and then let me go back to sharing. Okay. Alrighty. First thing we'll do this evening is look at the minutes from the January 12th meeting. They were in the newsletter, and I will give you a couple of minutes to look at them. They're on the screen here as well. And then we'll get them approved. If nobody has any amendments that need to be made, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Okay, who was the first?
Chris.
Chris. And who was the second?
Richard.
Richard. Awesome. Okay. All in favor of accepting the minutes? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Alrighty, financial report. Mr. Jim, you want to walk us through this? It's a very lengthy report.
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay. I'll see you when you're on.
Okay, Dave, we had a beginning balance of 3263.86. No disbursements this past month, and we had total deposits $140.55, which all consisted of annual dues, renewals, or in some cases new members, with an ending balance of $3,404.41.
Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Any questions for Jim about the finances?
Questions will be answered, but not encouraged.
Gotcha. All righty, moving on. Under old business, we had to reschedule the new telescope workshop. It has been rescheduled for March the 5th. We originally had this scheduled for the 15th of January, and weather and trying to find openings with Harrison Bay, but that is scheduled for March the 5th. So we're good to go there, and we'll mention that a little later in the upcoming events. Website admin, Kai Jansen volunteered to serve as a website admin, and so he's getting plugged in with Matt. So we appreciate Kai taking on that role and look forward to working with him on that. We mentioned last month that we will have officer elections coming up. So that means that next month, a slate of candidates will be provided, and then the election is in May. And we do plan to have an in-person election in May, but we'll adjust based on COVID. I think the numbers are looking favorable. They're dropping, so hopefully we'll be able to meet in person. Also, under old business, we had the St. Jude School Clubhouse group had asked for somebody to come out and speak to them on astronomy. Do we have a report out on that? Is anybody on that was involved in that? Okay, guess not.
I actually thought it was to be done last month. I thought it was last month, so it didn't happen last month.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. It says January 24th. That definitely was last month. So
Yeah.
I just don't know if it happened or not.
Was that Matt?
No, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look. There was somebody else that was
Speaking of
going
whom?
to take it on, but at any rate, okay. So we don't have a report out on that. So let's go to new business. One of the things that we're seeing is that as COVID is starting to wane and everyone's starting to get back into regular routines, we're seeing a lot of activity asking for a lot of activities that are asking for our participation. The National Park Service at the Chickamauga Battlefield on February the 19th is going to have a program called Stars Above the Battlefield, Then and Now. Sounds pretty cool. Not exactly sure how they're going to do that, but it sounds pretty cool. And the Rangers are going to provide the lecture, and they are asking us if we will partner with them to bring out telescopes to have a star party after their program, because they don't have any telescopes. And we would meet on the field there where we would normally meet. You know, you remember we go out there with Jack Pitkin and the UTC folks. That's where the star party would be held. So that's coming up on the 19th. So if you can provide some scopes for that, that would be great. I think this is the first time we've been contacted directly by them, or maybe we have in the past, but in recent memory at least. And so this is just a great opportunity to partner with the National Park Service and be able to do some things there at the battlefield. So so that is happening on the 19th. We have another opportunity at Big Ridge Elementary. The PTA is having a STEAM night on March the 3rd, and they would like to have somebody from BAS to set up a table with a telescope, hand out some brochures for our events for the society. We can even pass out maybe some stickers or whatnot. And so this wouldn't be a star party or set up to let people look through the telescope. I think it's just an inside setup with a table, have a telescope as a prop, and being able to answer some questions and that kind of thing. Is there anyone who is interested? Now, Big Ridge, that's what Hickson out Hickson way. Is there anyone out in that area of town who would like to take this on? And if not, right now, if you can't commit to it right now, you can let one of the officers know, let Matt know, because we need to respond back to Big Ridge Elementary, to the PTA, and let them know if we can do this or not. So if there's somebody that's willing to take this on and do it, that'd be great. Just let us know.
Do we have brochures and stickers?
We got stickers. I don't know about brochures. We used to have brochures, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure who has the supply of them and how many there are.
I don't know if there was actually a supply, but I remember when some crazy whacked out president produced those back about 2012.
Well, I guess
I
that's
think
what
I
I'm.
still have about 3 or 4 of them left.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's something that we might need to look at is do we have any flyers or brochures? And if not,
I
can
think
we
it would be
put
a good
something
thing to
up?
have a supply of.
Yeah, that's a good thought. So I'll make a note here and investigate that a little bit more. Okay, so we'll move on. But if you do have some interest in helping with that, that would be great. Just let us know. It looks like setup is minimal, and you know, um, kids always love seeing a telescope. Whether they can look through it or not, it's just kind of cool to look at. So that I think it'd be great exposure for the society. We have another opportunity um, with the Bowman Hills School, which is in Cleveland, and they would like to have a solar event in April. And this is during, of course, during the day, of course. And they're flexible as far as the date in April, but they would like it to be on a Tuesday or a Thursday. And they're looking to try to get 2 to 3 solar scopes. So this is a little tough for folks that are still working, but if you have a solar scope and you have flexibility in your schedule and you think that you could handle this, participate in this, that would be great. Um, just let us know. Again, let one of the officers know, let Matt know, and we'll get you plugged into that. Um,
I'm,
with things like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I can help with that.
Okay.
I don't want to be in charge of it. April's a little far out, but I definitely have flexibility. So, but yeah, I can probably help with that. I only have, for viewing, I only really have one practical telescope for viewing. So someone else would probably need to be involved as well. So.
Okay. Okay. Um, so you're willing to help, but not willing, don't want to coordinate it.
Well, yeah, let's just see what comes out first, and we'll go
Okay.
from there, right?
All right.
I can be available with a scope if nothing else, but I'm not sure I'll be able to coordinate yet.
Gotcha. Okay. That's cool. And I've got a small solar scope. I don't know if I could be there depending on the day or whatever, but I could at least, uh, it could be used,
Mhm.
if need be. So, okay. So the thing about these kinds of events is that this is a great way to give us exposure, and if you can in any way participate, help, or coordinate these things, this is great. Um, if we don't have people volunteer, then we just have to say sorry, we can't accommodate you, and then I won't say it makes us
Well,
look bad, but it sure certainly doesn't increase our exposure in the community any.
Yeah, it doesn't help our outreach, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
May I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
It's Bobby. The National Park Service is advertising the program is this Saturday
Yes, aware of
on
that.
the 12th.
But the ranger reached out and said they're going to reschedule it for the 19th because the weather
good.
Saturday is not looking good.
Yeah, that's very iffy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. That's I know that's the thing about some of these deals is trying to keep the date straight, and I try try to keep everything straight, but sometimes I get it wrong. So appreciate you calling it out. But I do know that the ranger has reached out and said, "Hey, we want to reschedule for the 19th." Okay, that's all the new business that I've got. Is there any other new business that anyone has that they'd like to bring up?
David, I would say that I don't live too far away from Big Ridge. I don't mind helping out, but I definitely feel like if we bring a scope, it should probably be a scope that is a beater scope. Is that even a thing?
A
I
beater
feel like
scope?
that's something that if it's around a bunch of kids that want to touch things, kids that could cause
Yeah,
accidents.
I mean, I think whoever does this is can control that somewhat, you know. Well, I don't know if you can actually control kids, but
I got a
um,
taser.
you know, yeah. But like, you know, to set it up behind the table where it's actually kind of a prop and they can see it, but they can't get around to touch it, or you
Yeah.
know, they would have to ask the person at the table, you know, to help them look at it, so to speak. But
A
who would?
manual knob's probably a good choice to bring for something like that.
Yeah, yeah, uh, that's true. Um,
I think Lynn and Ned need to take that 16-inch Orion up to that, because that would just be like the star of the show.
Maybe they're till 8 at night tearing it down. No.
yeah. So
And
who was it that was talking about the? I'm sorry, I can't see
oh,
who's
it's fine.
talking.
Yeah, it's Chris. And
Okay.
also, I guess the other thing is it looks like it's a PTA meeting, so there actually may be more adults there than actually kids, if that's what I'm reading right.
PTA having a STEAM night. Well, yeah, they might be sponsoring it. I have no idea. I,
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, but certainly, yeah, you don't want to risk getting good equipment wrecked. But I think that there's, you know, ways to mitigate that, to keep them from uh, uh, wandering up. And you know, I mean, that's always even a challenge at a star party is you have these kids that get up on the step ladder and they're looking and they want to hang off the eyepiece like it's a monkey bars, you know. It's like, okay, kid, move along.
Yeah,
So
my experience with that is the risk is usually I mean, it's usually, the parents are there, they're handling things, and they, they're real polite and that's my general experience. Generally, they don't touch unless, you know, we say you can touch, but that's
okay,
my experience on events like that.
yeah, yeah,
But I'd be willing to help. I just don't have the equipment to really
gotcha.
set up, do all that. So that's
Okay, okay, we can we'll try to work on that. I've got you. I got you down here, Chris. We can figure out what we want to do there, and if somebody else wants to help out, please let us know. Okay. All right. Any other new business?
Hey, David, I just wanted
Yeah.
to say, if you all have not completed that St. Jude mission yet, if no one actually, and it looks like it may not have um, gone to make a presentation for them, about a year and a half ago, Selena actually did a PowerPoint presentation on astronomy for her public speaking class. And it went over very well with all the students and her instructor. And so it's just ready to go. She would only have to just go back and look over what she
Okay.
did. It was really, really good. So she is, we could just do it in a matter of a day.
Yeah. This
And
was
it's really interesting. So if you
yeah.
need someone to
Go
do
ahead.
that, I
Yeah.
volunteer her and she will do it.
Okay. I don't know the status of that. It was a
Yeah, I know.
Cub Scout meeting, and
Hmm.
you know they were asking for somebody, and we got a volunteer, and I don't know what happened after that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and
but that's
you know,
good to know.
Yeah, and even for kids that young, it's something that they could understand, you know,
Okay.
and wouldn't go over their heads and would be interesting, you know.
All right. Good deal. Good deal. All right. If there's no other new business, we'll move on to upcoming events. We have our Harrison Bay State Park Star Party on February the 18th. And then the Stars Above the Battlefield is at Chickamauga on February 19th. We'll probably send out an email or looking for, trying to get an idea of who will be attending so we can get an idea on scopes. And then for UTC, they've been kind of dealing with the whole COVID thing. They were, well, and then they had planned to have a star party on the 13th, February 13th, and realized that was Super Bowl night. So thought, nah, it's probably not a good idea. So they've moved that to February the 27th. So this will be a UTC star party at the observatory on the 27th. We have our telescope workshop and star party at Harrison Bay on Saturday, March the 5th. And then our next BAS meeting will be on Thursday, March the 10th. Are there any other events that I've missed? I always end up kind of scrambling around putting this together, unfortunately, trying to work this around my work schedule, and I'm always fearful that I'm leaving something out. So if I've left out an event, please let me know. But I think this is it. Okay, sounds like we got it then. Is there anything else we need to discuss tonight before I close the meeting? Okay, if not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Moved.
Okay, so moved. Okay. We are adjourned from our